safeguard them against these harsh South Dakota winters. So, and something that would offer additional medicinal properties to a population that has very little access to quality health care. And so for all the right reasons, he was trying to grow. So not to get high and smoke, marijuana, which is kind of what they were, everybody was saying. So, and he came up with a slogan or a saying in his thing, is hemp the new buffalo? That's his saying, is hemp is the new buffalo. So, and he said that for a couple of reasons. So it's kind of his catchphrase. So, and that's because all parts of the buffalo historically were utilized by the Native Americans, just like all parts of the hemp plant can be utilized. So, it's also, the buffalo was used to suppress the tribes. So, the U.S. they sent the army out just to wipe out herds of buffalo, so it would wipe out their food sources.
You've never seen that?
So, it was bad. And that's what he feels like is happening with the hemp plants. So, and what ended up happening was the federal injunction was in place against them until 2016, and 2018 looked at the Farm Bill, and then, but they weren't able to grow. So with under the U.S. Farm Bill, the states have to submit a plan to the USDA to have it, and it has to be approved. The same thing with the tribe. The tribe has to submit a plan to the USDA. Well, guess what? So the Oglala Lakotas, it kept getting kicked back from the USDA for years. So it finally got approved 2 years ago. And I was out there last year and I asked Alex, I'm like, so are you growing now that you finally have an approved USDA plan? He said, no, absolutely not. He said, in order for the USDA to approve our tribal hemp plan, our plan is 58 pages long. It's full of all kinds of extra loops and hoops that we have to jump through. He said, whereas most tribal hemp plans and state plans are anywhere from 15 to 20 pages long. So he's like, so what we do, he's like, we go help on the Rosebud Reservation. So he's like, so they're another Lakota reservation. They grow there. They're still not growing on their own reservation because the only way the USDA would approve their tribal hemp plan is if they kept putting all this extra crap in there that nobody else was having to do. So one of the things that he is a big proponent on, is helping farmers understand the issues and the challenges and why it is so hard to become successful financially, economically, when it comes to growing hemp. So one of the things he told me when we interviewed is that he first bought good feminized hemp seeds, high in cannabinoids, so low in THC, for 32 cents a pound. So today, those same seeds are selling for an average of 30 cents to 50 cents a seed, not a pound, a seed. So y'all have any idea how many hemp seeds it takes to make a pound to grow?
A couple thousand.
So 27,000 hemp seeds on average to make a pound. They're little bitty seeds.
To make a pound of what?
Yeah,
To
times
make a pound, to create a pound of hemp seeds.
Yes.
Oh, 1 pound of seeds.
So 27,000 times 0.3
What?
Yeah.
times
So,
30 cents.
Oh.
one of the articles I'm working on is I'm trying to track hemp seeds when we saw the big increases and things like that in them. So I recently, about a month ago, went to a talk from a fellow from the University of Mississippi came to University of Alabama, and he gave a talk in the geography department on cotton growers and the history of cotton growers in Mississippi, and how even though people were allocated land and seed and encouraged to grow this crop, so they were controlled and their price margins were controlled and regulated by the government through the cost of fertilizer and how fertilizer was used as a tool to keep them oppressed, even though they were allowed to have land and seeds and things like that. And what I'm seeing is the same things happening with hemp and hemp farming through the seeds and the seed prices. So, because the state has to approve every seed that comes into like if a farmer is growing hemp, they have to submit to the state, like, these are the seeds I'm using, this is who I'm gonna buy them from. The state has to approve that. So I've got a farmer right here in Alabama who's trying to grow for seeds that he can help fellow farmers. So, and he's calling it Bama Blossom. He's like, this is the first, hemp that's being grown in Alabama, and the state won't let him utilize his seeds and sell them to other farmers yet, because they told him he has to wait till it's the 7th or 8th generation, and it has to be tested. Now that the farmers in Alabama can order seeds from out-of-state lines, so that are only 1st or 2nd generations, but yet our farmers being told, who wants to help other farmers, and he's growing 4 seeds, that he has to wait till it's a 7th or 8th generation seed before they'll approve it for other farmers to plant it and use in the state.